Ladies and gentlemen, you're here with Dave Grindle in a bold move. I plan to predict what will happen throughout Season 6 of Game of Thrones. I think that everything I say you will agree with in hoping that it plays out this way. But don't think I have any inside information. I feel like we're all in the same book now, man. We're all in the same show. We're all on pace with Season 6. All of you people out there that were waiting with bated breath for Jon Snow to come back, and that's all you talked about. I was so fucking hoping that they weren't going to bring back Jon Snow at all. If they did, it would be in, like, episode 7. I mean, just to fucking keep people in this weird, calm hysteria that they were in, and it was like I could not suggest to anybody that Jon Snow wasn't coming back, or they'd be like, oh no, he's got to come back. And I was like, oh yeah, just like Robb Stark came back, just like Ned Stark came back. I kind of forgot that the Brothers Without Banner, the Brotherhood Without Banners was still there. I didn't even think, on looking back on it, that Beric Dondarrion was in the mix at all. I feel like they crossed his path at some point. Who was it, man? The Hound and Arya? But I mean, okay, I'm just asking the question, where's Catelyn Stark at? You know, the Red Priest did some deeds with her, man, and wait a minute. Would that be Season 6 material? I kind of thought that they were just going to let her be dead. Just like I was hoping they'd let Jon Snow be dead, but not for the same purpose, because people would be just as shocked, and I don't know if they'd be relieved, if Catelyn Stark was even a big favorite character for anybody. I mean, I love the Starks, and, you know, winter is essentially here, isn't it? I mean, the White Walkers and the army of blue-eyed zombies is coming south, man. And, okay, before I just go on and go on a rant, I mean, I feel like out of all the podcasts I've ever done, this one's going to be my favorite. So if you could sit tight for half an hour, I feel like I could give you a half an hour, and it would be worthwhile in both of our regards. You got a half-hour commute home, you got a half hour on the way to work, that's when you should sit down and pop it on, man, if you just want to come in for it. Let's shoot for starting at 3 minutes for the actual prediction cast, man. This real sauce recap and looking forward as to what really should go down if you want Game of Thrones to have been the perfect show for this most anticipated final arc in history, I would say. So first off, Jon Snow just came back from the dead, as we discussed. You know, due to a loophole technicality in the spoken contract of joining the Brotherhood of the Night's Watch, when you're dead, your watch is ended. And I feel like, you know, he can walk right out now and be like, I hung the dudes that murdered me, a giant smashed the guy against the wall. I'm now Jon Snow. You know for a fact that they've got to defend the wall from the White Walkers. I imagine the White Walkers being ice wizards from the distant past or something like that they could just touch the wall and it would shatter into a billion pieces, and then they would walk over that massive debris field which has crushed thousands of people if they were there to mount a defense, and just walk south and start fucking killing everybody. But I'm not going to say that the division between the kingdoms and the crowns won't play a role, because to me, I think Jon Snow will take everybody that's left of the wildlings and go south. Number one, he's definitely heading to Winterfell, and what's going on in Winterfell? Ramsay Bolton is fucking keeping it Bolton down in Winterfell, and he has killed everybody. I'm sure he's Ramsaying all over everything, and, you know, tying people up and poking their buttholes and cutting off their toes and giving them some real flayed man experience. But what else just happened? Didn't Rickon Stark and Osha just get pulled in? Oh my god, yo. I feel like Jon Snow's gonna get there just in time to slash the perverse, fucked up, crazy mind of Ramsay Bolton right out of his physical head and splatter it on the floors of Winterfell, and not just retake Winterfell, now having freed the last semi-normal Stark son to a position of notoriety yes, it was a northern homeboy that turned in Rickon Stark, but I think to myself that this army of wildlings following Jon Snow is going to leave most of the people at the wall to defend, because the Night's Watch is now realizing the Night's Watch was intended to hold back the Whites and the Walkers this whole time. Let's keep it real. We understand there's a very real threat coming. There's going to be some conferences held in Castle Black about that, but Jon Snow and a squad of homeboys is going to go south, retake Winterfell. That's going down. And possibly with the Stark being available in Rickon to sit at Winterfell and be the King of the North. Because Jon Snow, I don't think, is going to take it unless he just doesn't give a fuck anymore and he's going to be the King of the North. But Jon Snow is going to be on the prowl to get everybody in Westeros to come stop this. Now, I wonder how Euron Greyjoy is going to get back in the mix, dude, because he was epic in the book. We're going to see the Ironborn playing a role. We're going to see Cersei Lannister with the Zombie Mountain is an epic combination. Tommen's starting to get some balls, but I'm tired of him already. I don't care about him. I want to see the Zombie Mountain cut through all of the Sparrows. Was Jaime Lannister surrounded? Do I remember that from the end of one of these episodes and then it just didn't go anywhere? Maybe I missed something or fell asleep. That's very possible. I'm an old man at 27, and I just don't have the stamina I used to. Honestly. But let's not get away from the point. Arya has regained her fucking eyes by doing what I feel is just convincing homeboy that she is no one, but still she will learn in finality and totality, or will at least get some super acumen going with using these fucking faces, being a faceless man, but I know that she's in it just to kill the people on her list. Because everything is a tool to her now, man. But again, let me flash back to Dondarrion. Is the Hound going to be revived by Dondarrion? Because death's not written in stone here. But I just feel like it's not so much that it's been so long. It's that we haven't seen characters that we were pretty sure were dead for so long. So yeah, Jon Snow is going to be making his rounds, I think, with this army of wildlings. I don't know if they're fighting the wars of men, or if seeing a giant, if the giant goes with them, seeing some fucking super brute force coming through, if they're either going to join the cause, because, okay, here's my pitch now. Jon Snow can walk up to anybody and be like, the White Walkers are coming. You see, okay, look behind me. You see the giants are real. Look at my body. It's covered in knife holes. Magic is fucking real. It's present in the everyday world. And, yeah, the winter is coming. The White Walkers are going to kill everybody. That's real. You need to join with us. Now, it's a song of fucking ice and fire, so Daenerys is bound to be rescued from her impending fate if the cows decide to kill her for having wandered, or she's going to be a slave, or she gets stuck in the widow place. I mean, I caught a flash in the trailer of boom, a giant dragon shadow. Hold on a sec here.